All right. Now's a good time to get things rolling. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Um, it's time to check out where Pokemon's at digitally. It's been, I think, 4 years, 4+ years since I last did one of these streams. So long so that we're on a completely different client, and I missed Sword and Shield. Whoops. Uh, Luckily for us, Sword and Shield still takes up, a large chunk of extant sets. Uh, these have rotated out down here, but these are all still in standard. I'll get to talking a little bit more about, like, constructed format as a thing, but the quick of it is that constructed formats are determined by these little letters in the corner. Anything that has a D, E, or F right now. No, sorry, E, F, or G, not D, E, or F. Because if I go to Scarviolet, G, yeah, E, F, or G is standard in the asshole thing. Anyway, we'll take a look at cards at a later time. Scarlet and Violet's existence pushed out the pushed D out of it. It's a cleaner way that I like of delineating what's in constructed. You don't have to worry about like, is this like, you have to worry about like old print, new print sort of stuff. But anyway, so I guess the first thing I want to talk about today is actually this new client. If you've watched streaming Pokemon before, wow, thanks. It's been a while. Pokemon's online client used to be PTCGO, Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. It was a client that looked like it had been in existence since the days of Flash back in like 2008. It looked ancient. You made a little Flash avatar. Played well enough. They recently moved over to Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. That's this one, PTCG Live. And it still has a lot of the same parts. More specifically, it has some of the same parts, but it's grinded off some of the more, I guess, trading aspects of the old client, which I think is to its benefit. The old client, you could like trade cards and packs, but only specific cards and packs with people, but also only on a board where you posted trades and people would try to snipe trades and such. On here, it's just you own the cards you own. I think I have to go into a deck first before I can see cards. Yeah, you own whatever you own. That's fine. It also has kept the ability to redeem cards from actual packs. And it's kept the part of PTCGO that I also liked, in the sense that I liked in how it doesn't have direct monetary transactions. You cannot throw $100 into the void to get cards. There's all these different things up here, but none of them are money. And like, I feel that if we're going to have a game like this, that's important. These coins are just for getting hats. These are for buying packs, and this is your crafty dust. If you buy physical product, you'll get codes in the physical product. You also can buy those code cards for like cents on the dollar if you really, really wanted. But like, yeah. Oh, we also get to create our little friend. This used to be like a Flash person, but now we We can craft our buddy here. My favorite part of of changing our let's see, yeah, so we can like use our coins to buy different glasses, some shades. TCG Live is really good if you're an online player, yeah. Like if you're a real IRL player, yeah. You can set up your catchphrases, which are your intro and victory phrase. Yeah, smart players can play a poor hand well. I never underestimate my opponent. Yes, good. We also can change our poses. There's only 3 of them. That is a little visor. I love these. Yeah, what's our current hat? Yeah, our current hat is this little visor. We're gonna rotate. And there's a bunch of different hats. Ooh, a Stantler hat. That's a good hat. Okay, alright. Okay, okay. Okay, alright. This one's gold and powerful. Oh, the Score Bunny hat. Okay. And you can get, you know, the Indigo League hat that you have to send in hundreds and thousands of postcards for. Yeah, let's go get a Stantler beanie. That'll be fine. Good, okay. Truckers famously known in Pokemon, of course. Do I have like jeans? Some cargo shorts. Ah, the black Pokeball kit. Kilt. They got little trucks after you drove over the view. Oh no. Who did this? Drill's gonna killed. I need to change the top. Okay, the varsity jacket. Okay. Oh, the Stantler turtleneck. Oh, that's actually the winner. Okay, alright. I think we're good on this. Anyway, you have this. This is just a silly pastime bit. Stats. Those are very minimal stats, huh? But yeah, one of the other things that I really like about, so Pokemon PTCGO had a bunch of like starter decks that everyone had, that were like, there even was like a starter deck queue, that was like, okay, here's like jumping in. When you jump in on here, you end up getting like a dozen like actually playable, reasonable decks, just for existing, which I think is really good. Like, there's literally these 10 are all just decks that exist that I did not make. I just have these. The Gardevoir and the I think the Regieleki deck are from the pass, which, again, because you don't spend money, the pass is just spending, instead of buying like 3 packs, you buy the pass, which gets you another deck and a bunch of things. So if we take a look at like a deck here, we're gonna get to learn about what our main cards, like about like main mechanics. This is, dragons don't have their own energy. This is dragon typing, but the way dragons work is that they don't use dragon type, they use like 2 different ones. Giratina here uses grass and psychic, whereas like Rayquaza is grass electric, Salamence is fire water, I think Gudra is water psychic, like that sort of thing. Dragons are like the multicolor cards. So a couple other things you might that have happened since the last time I streamed this. Fairy died. Fairy as a typing does not exist as its own. This is mostly to keep down the number of types, because there were like there's 8 already, adding 2 more. So like Fairy is in Psychic, Water and Ice are in Water, Fighting is Fighting rock ground, Dark is Dark Poison, that sort of thing. So Fairy typing doesn't have its own unique bit. They dropped that. Did they drop that in Sword Shield? I'm feeling it's been dropped for a while. But like, here's, you know, obviously Gardevoir is Psychic Fairy, so it fits in here, but it's been a while, so they dropped it basically because of like, if you get like, if you start diluting it so much, like then you're at the point where it's like only 6 cards a set are in each. It gets diluted too far, so they decided to cut Fairy down into Psychic. No, old Fairy cards are still Fairy. They like, those cards are still like as they are. However, PTCG Live only goes up through Sword and Shield, so there aren't any Fairy type cards on here. But if you were playing like a older format with them, or you're just playing with those, those are Fairy. They use Fairy energy, etc. But yeah, so like the starting decks here are all like really interesting to play with and are like powerful on their own to start. Like, so let's take a look at this. This is Origin Form Dialga V-Star, and I'll talk about mechanics as we go through. And we also get to look at some really beautiful cards.
I'm Gnomebitten.
I know. Howdy.
I gave Jin some card codes and he made him reinstall the client, so I'm to blame for this.
Yes. So, like,
Magnemite.
But yeah, so like all these decks here, these are literally just there's no theme decks. You just get like real ass decks, and they're not like complete. Like, so if I take a look at Gardevoir EX here, there's only 2 copies of Gardevoir EX in here. Driftbloom and Drifloon are not the like. There's more you can do to upgrade this deck. But it gives you a very good base.
Yeah, a base. What was it called in Magic? What, Challenger decks?
Yes, Challenger decks. Those were the standard Challenger decks. So
yeah, where like you could get like most of a standard deck that was like based on a deck that actually had like done something.
One of the things I really like, so taking a look here at the Battle Pass, which, as I've mentioned, because this doesn't have money on it, this is just like, you, instead of buying 3 packs, you just get the whole thing and then it pays itself back. Anyway, when you just start up, you get this Miraidon deck, which is this electric deck based around Ampharos. Actually, more specifically, I think it's actually Flaffy is the more powerful card.
Flaffy.
Flaffy just having a good time there. But Miraidon, and then like, and there's a lot of powerful cards in here, because like even like Luminion You might recognize the ability on Lumineon from the last time I did this. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench during your turn, search for a supporter and reveal it, put it in your hand. This was Tapu Lele EX back in the day.
What's wait, can Level Ball get Flaffy?
Level
Or
Ball
is
is 90 HP or less, so
That's
if you
what I
grab
thought.
Flappy.
So yeah, there you go.
There isn't a dark starter on here. There's one of every but that. But yeah, so like here's this deck, and okay, it's an electric deck based around like Flaffy powering energy onto your bench, and then like if we take a look at the rewards on the rest of the like bit, like right here, it's like okay, here's another Miraidon EX. Which has once per turn search for 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them on your bench. Just do it.
Wham.
And then like as you go up the bit, you get more cards that are like, okay, here's clear upgrades for your deck, and also like packs as you go along. So like in here, it's like, okay, here's a Urzu, which searches for 3 evolutions that don't have a rule box, which are the big ones.
Yeah.
There are 2 main types of rule box Pokemon I need to explain, which I will do here quick. The first is, if I go in here, we have EX. This is not the same EX as it was back in Black and White. And
these are like little EX.
Yeah, little
not
EX.
Big EX.
So it's like Miraidon X. Now, these are like really powerful Pokemon that you can play out, that when you when they get knocked out, they they're worth 2 prizes, which is how EX and GXs worked. However, the thing with these EXs is that they are like the old GXs. If I go to Gardevoir,
nice trip, bro. I like your horns. Very Stantler.
Yes, I went and changed that about 5 minutes ago. So some of these EXs you have to evolve into. So they're kind of like the GXs before from Sun Moon. They're worth 2 prizes. They're very huge, 300 HP plus. And then the other mechanic that is around from Sword Shield era is Pokemon V. Pokemon V are also 2 prizes. They're your big Pokemon. Pokemon V are always like basic Pokemon, even if the Pokemon that they are is not a basic Pokemon.
One of the ways Alakazam keeps getting printed.
Yeah, if I go to Superior, so this is Kricketune V, which is a basic, even though.
Yeah, Kricketune is an evolved Pokemon.
Alright,
can they make very slight digression? Didn't they win the rights to do Kadabra?
Yes.
Uri Geller stopped suing them.
There is a yes. There's a known Kadabra, I think, in the next set. And along with it, there's an Alakazam EX, which has one of the most wild ability attacks I've ever seen. Alakazam EX can attack from the bench.
Pretty good.
So,
well, he's got telekinesis.
Yes. But so if we take a look at Superior here, this is a basic. You play it, and yeah, there is a big like there's been a
basic Superior.
There's been a like slow I see bloat being called with it, but like power creep in the numbers on these. Like old EXs were like 110 or sorry 170, 180. This is 210. But so this is worth 2 prizes. You can evolve Superior V into there's V Star and V Max. These are effectively the Dynamax things from Sword Shield.
Yeah, and you can like use their thing once per game. Like you use a thing of their type once.
So like yeah, some of them will have an ability like Arceus V Star has like search 2 or 3 cards or something like that. It's just not an attack, it's just a thing you do. This is a V Star. It's also worth 2 prizes. However, V Max, which if I go over to this is a Regieleki. Regieleki V Max is worth 3 prizes. It's weird. I don't know. Like it's kind of funny that they're both the same evolution over a
Max Thunder and Lightning.
Very, very frightening. But yeah, like Regieleki here is a build around, because it's your basic lightning Pokemon do 30 more from just it existing, and this stacks from multiples. Are there more Regis? Yes, Sword and Shield introduced 2 more Regis.
Have we gotten a new Pokemon movie about them so we can know if they talk in drum and bass or not?
There's not a movie about them, but they do. Some of the last episodes of Journeys have them. Yeah. Yes.
They should talk in drum and
Yes.
bass.
Yes.
That's just normal. That's normal.
Here we've got Pachirisu, All-Star
Pachirisu.
World Champion Pachirisu. This Pokemon cannot be paralyzed.
That move, whenever you see this move where it's like +1 for bench, like the beat up style effects, these are typically really good because they're pretty fast to cheat out. Like, it's really easy to get 2 energy on a basic Pokemon.
Yeah, Electric has a number of ways of pushing out, and in this deck even we see, so Electric Generator, leave the top 5 cards of your deck, attach up to 2 basic lightning energy from there to your bench. You know?
Like playing these decks like on the play, you can like very quickly like set up the sweep with like, you play your escape rope after playing your Pachirisu and like playing your supporter to Wheel of Fortune, and then like suddenly you're killing them.
Yeah. And so,
Mach Bolt.
Yes, Mach Bolt, which expensive, but you can also lightning generate into it. But yeah, so each of these decks is like is a real deck, but also is like, okay, there's clear routes to upgrade them. Like with Gardevoir, like Fog Crystal here is a super powerful card for just Psychic decks because it can search a basic Psychic or a basic enemy. So like adding more of that in or changing up the Pokemon setup is, very useful to do.
My question for you is, what does Metagross look like right now?
So, let's pull up. There's, I think, 2 or 3 different ones. I need to go into a deck to be able. Some of the bits in this, I'm not a huge fan of. You need to go into.
Client's pretty rough.
Yeah, the client's very mobile. Okay, so I want to search Metagross, and then I want to search by not owned, comma I'm not owned. Is it at the top? It's probably at the top. Show cards, not owned. Okay, so Metagross has just Metagross.
There's Meteor Mash.
Once during your turn, if you drew this Pokemon from your deck at the beginning of your turn for a turn, and your bench isn't full, put it on your bench and draw 3 cards. So Metagross, if you draw Metagross, will just... Yeah, I wish there was a collection viewer. And then Meteor Mash is 100, and if you keep repeating it, it's 200.
That's kind of what that's kind of what Meteor Mash does in the game, which I like, because you get the attack up from it.
And then we've got Metagross V and Metagross V Max. Metagross V, which is a basic, has a very just junk attack here that's 20 damage, flip 2 coins, 20 more for each heads, whatever. Synchro Hammer, however, is if this Pokemon and your opponent's Pokemon have the same amount of energy, it hits for 150, which is funny.
And it knows Rapid Spin.
And then VMAX is 1 for search up to 2 cards, put them in your hand. And then Max Rush is similar to
it's
Meteor Mash.
It's Meteor Mash, but bigger.
Yeah. So
usually the tutors on attacks aren't very good because they don't like push forward. Like, you're just taking the turn off. Like, it's okay in setup turns. It's probably not as good on your VMAX evolved form of
right, but
of a thing.
So if I go ahead and I want to take a look at
like, if you have like a Psyduck or something that's like search for 2 water energy, like that's pretty good.
So
but
I just want to take a look
like
at
this, yeah, like my Magnemite.
Yeah, this is shuffle 3 energy from your discard pile in your deck. I adore the art. I just kind of want to look at, like, here's Magnemite floating out in
The
Little
perspective is a bit wonky.
This is
it
really
looks like a giant magnemite. Like there's some forced perspective here.
Wait.
Is it like
Oh my
this
God.
magnemite is about to crush that child?
Like, there's the obvious thing, which is like it's a magmite very close to the camera, but like, no. What if these are behind the encampment, and this magmite is 8 feet tall?
Like
oh, no.
we know that Magikarp can vary greatly in size. Why not Magnemite?
Well, we know from Arceus that Pokemon can vary.
Also, Pumpkaboo, that was older than Arceus. That also varied in size. It affected its stats even.
So this deck is about Magneton and then Dialga. So Magnemite and Magneton are here, but the big thing is Magnezone.
Meow.
Once during your turn, top 6, grab any Steel Energy and put them on your Pokemon, and then shuffle the deck. So just
Power Beam.
Oh, so I haven't played any Pokemon on here, but the main resource in Pokemon, the two main are you get 1 supporter card a turn and 1 energy attach a turn, and decks are based every
competitive deck is about cheating energy.
And also at this point, every type has a way to cheat it in a different way. They all try to do it in their own different ways. Some like to do it from grave, some do it from deck, some do it, letting you play from hand.
Fire's identity for decades at this point has been like discarding fire from doing moves and then being able to use them from discard.
Yeah. But yeah, so here's Origin Form Dialga, which can attach 2 energy to this Pokemon. But really, we're not here for Dialga V. This deck is here for Dialga V Star. Dialga V Star, 282 prizes. This attack does 40 more for each Steel Energy on it. Costs 1, but really, if you have 5 energy, it's 240. And then the V Star attack kicks ass.
Time Walk on top of
literal Time Walk.
Time Walk.
What if your Time Walk?
Dialga is like the time Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, it's very fitting for this. This is also just incredibly powerful to have. Obviously, it's super expensive, but that's what Magnezone is for. And even the attach on this active.
That's a thing that I don't think's ever happened in Magic. I can think of other permanents that give you extra turns. I can't think of a creature. Because there's Magister Staff, and that's put a charge counter on it.
Lighthouse Chronologist can do it.
Oh, you're right. Lighthouse Chronologist.
And then there's the Manta, the Worm Fang Manta. The Nightmares. But you're right. It's you don't do that because that would be recurable, and then it would be hell.
Yeah. Oh, there's no when it enters the battlefield, take an extra turn.
Yeah, you're not
it's
gonna
a time warp thing.
Regal, during your turn, discard your hand, draw 5, end your turn if you do so. And the attack here is 120 plus 30 for each prize your opponent has taken, which means how many times they've knocked out Pokemon of yours. So
yeah, this is a guy you put on your bench and set up with, and then you revenge with it.
Yeah, this is 240 to revenge kill. Please enjoy Bidoof.
It's Bidoof.
It's Bidoof. It's just Bidoof. Welcome. Bidoof having a great time. You might ask, what's Bidoof doing in this deck? Well, here's Bibarel. Bibarel, once during your turn, draw till you have 5. There's a lot of... This is a game where... Pokemon is a game where there's so much consistency, 90% of the time you're able to get to your engine. Your plan is hyper consistent because there's a ton of ways to get to it.
You have Ultra Ball, VIP Battle Pass. That's a consistent card.
Yeah.
This is the other part of Pokemon where there's tons of cards like this that just don't freaking do anything.
Yeah, you might look at this and think this is unplayable, right? Well, no. On your first turn, this searches every basic you ever want, even V's. And what do I do if it's not my first turn? Well, there's this card called
Ultra Ball
that you're always playing because it's Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball wasn't around in the current standard until recently. The Scarlet Violet printing. Rare Candy. Trainer cards always have these very silly arts where it's like the item against a background, like, it's a nest ball. And
Oh, I like it. It's
then,
very.
yeah.
It's because it's something they established in
very early.
the first set, basically. Like I'm thinking of like the old potion art.
Yeah, and hell, if I pull up potion, right? Like if I just go
Potion.
edit deck.
Not a card you would ever play, but a card we can definitely look at.
Yeah, a card I can look at, not owned. I don't own a potion.
Potion might not be on the client.
No,
It's just for Pokemon.
I'm in Pokemon. Trainers. I need to switch to trainers. The search is I don't. Okay, I own 15 potions.
You own 15 potions.
And I also can't make the art any bigger than this on this screen. Again, there's some bits on the interface I would like to change. But like, even like building a deck is needed here because you already have a lot of ways to start with it. Like if I want to build something fighting wise, I already have like a bit here where it's like, okay, this deck only has 2 Lucarios in it. Also, this Lucario is a ass kicker. If any of your fighting Pokemon were knocked out last turn, deal 120 more damage on the hit. Just revenge Lucario.
I'm accelerating.
And then you have Lucario about to do a final smash.
Mario. Wario. Lucario.
Can I do a search for show off all potion variants? All right, let's pull up potion again. Oh, sorry, I need to go on trainers. Potion. And then if I go here, down here we can see potion, potion. Potion, 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 potion.
These might be the 15 potions that you own.
They keep going. Like, there's a potion. This tilted potion. And,
Tilted potion.
Here it is.
Here's potion.
Potion. Original potion, I think, healed 20.
I would believe it.
Power
They,
potions.
power creep and potion. Well, yeah, it really doesn't make any sense for it to heal 30 because what does a potion do in Pokemon?
Yeah, so
that's probably why they changed it, though.
But yeah, like there's a ton of like consistency cards that exist in like if you're familiar with Pokemon, let me actually move out of here so I can get the card bigger. If you're familiar with Pokemon, you probably know Professor Oak as a card, and yeah, that's still a card you can play. The way they do it is literally just whatever the professor is gets professor's research.
If you're a tree, you can draw 7 cards.
You discard your hand and draw 7. The restricting factor that balances these.
Once per turn.
Yeah, you can only play 1 supporter on your turn. So like, where is?
Like you can't Lysander, whatever Lysander's name. What is it? Not Rocket Leader, but like.
Well, it's called Boss's Orders.
Boss's Orders.
And it's always whoever is the team ball.
So you can't Oak on the same turn. You want a Boss's Orders.
It's a gust of wind. And same with Boss's Orders. There's Boss's Orders Lysander, Boss's Orders Cyrus, Boss's Orders Giovanni, etc.
Yeah. When I think of this effect, I think of Lysander.
Lysander's the one I think of as well.
They've been squishing down the.
Lysander's still
cards.
legal in Standard because he was in the Pokemon Go set, I think. But yeah, so the trainers. One of the other things I really like about the Pokemon game is that, and this isn't true on live because you can craft anything and you don't have to spend cash on this, but it's specifically that like if you were building a paper deck, just getting cards normal is cheap as hell. The expensive cards are if I go into a deck again. Edit deck, and I just want to pull up Trainer, and I want to pull up Candace, and I'm sure, yeah, like every trainer is gonna have like multiple alt arts like these, and these are the expensive ones. But if you just want like a playset of Candace for your water deck, that's probably a quarter each.
Do foils warp as horribly on Pokemon cards as they do in Magic?
They have different foiling. The full art foils are a lot more stiff, and so they don't have the same they don't have like as huge of problems with that. Like this is full art and has a little bit of like texture to it as well. And then you also have
like there's the embossed foils, and then there's the
like normal, like if I go into Crushing Hammer, I got to be able to just pull up a foily Crushing Hammer, right? Crushing Hammer, by the way, if you remember energy removal from way back in the day, this is the current version of it. Pokemon likes its coin flips. Here, okay, so here, this is a reverse foil. This is the like any card can come in this, and this is foil outside of the art, and the foiling is very light. It doesn't like have nearly as much weight to it. Like so, though these cards tend to be just fine. Yeah, this card's like super playable. Just being
the fact, yeah, items get to suck and still be good because of the card velocity in this game.
Right,
where like you can vomit out cards
every turn because of Professor's research. I can draw 7, or if I'm playing like Irida here, search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item. The item's just a rider on this. You get 2 tutors on your supporter. Clara here picks up 4 cards. 2 Pokemon, 2 energy from discard. You know, so like you get a ton out of what you get for supporters. Generally, one of the things I always like to point out with Pokemon is that like, so sorry Nimona, you got to get a better card soon. This supporter right here, if you're familiar with Bill, good old Draw 2, Pot of Greed was great. When it's your supporter, this is basically unplayable.
Yeah.
Like
that's why they give those stupid friends. You're the friend card.
They just get friends in X. If I go up and pull up who's Avery. Here's Avery. Avery here. Draw 3 cards. If you drew cards this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3. Now this is a draw 3 with a side effect that, like, you know, you talked earlier about like the fill your bench with a bunch of, you know.
Yeah, that's been a good strategy before, so I'm not surprised to see hate against it.
Right, and this is hate that isn't going to knock the deck out. It's just going to like knock it down, and you have to work to reassemble. You know, maybe your reassembly is just playing Clara back and picking up the 2 Pokemon.
Another digression. Designing hate has got to be like one of the harder things to do in a card game, right?
Yes.
As I'm thinking about Magic again, there's a deck in Modern called Indomitable Creativity. And that deck is really, really good and really hard to hate out because they've never printed a hate card that specifically hates it. So in Modern, where you really need efficient hate cards,
there just aren't.
The deck's just kind of hard to play against.
Yeah.
How do you can't print that card into Standard, whereas Pokemon just gets to do whatever. Screw it.
Right. You know, you don't play with a sideboard in this game either, so
yeah.
But yeah, like Miriam, here's another draw 3 that has a powerful effect attached to on top. Miriam also gets some alt arts.
Sideboarding also a very interesting thing to have or not have in a. That makes me think of Netrunner, where you were forced to play bullets because
your main deckables.
You had to play bullets in Netrunner because if you didn't, you would get owned.
Yeah.
And like, it felt bad because you weren't going to beat Scorched Earth, but you had to play a bullet to not die to Scorched Earth.
Yep. Some of these too with Scarlet Violet. If you never did any of the actual classes at the school, there's like a whole set of 8 characters you just never met. Like, there's a number of the. So anyway,
Pokemon always had good art, especially the little clay model ones.
Yeah. If I find, you know what?
Copycat always has good art.
Let me go to Battle Pass here. I have some stuff I was gonna grab here anyway, so this is all stuff I had left for myself for the future when I did a stream, so I could just show it off. Anyway, whatever.
100 coins.
Crystals. These are dust. A beanie.
If you didn't play Netrunner, you've not played the game that the person whose stream you're watching was at one point the best human to ever play it in that year.
Oh, sweet, another Gardevoir. That's free.
I said that in a bad way. Since Slow9 won Netrunner Worlds 2013.
Yes. Radiant is another card type. You only get to play one Radiant. These are shinies.
Yeah, they're
You get one shiny.
they're your Hearthstone legend.
Yeah. No, I freaking love Netrunner. I have a card with my face on it. It's great. I use it as my
CBI
avatar.
raid. I'm looking at it light up right now.
It's my Discord avatar. Shadow Rider Calyrex. Look at the big brain. Hard to read them. Hard to read these in here.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to read. Pokemon cards have been hard to read for a while.
Yeah. Shadow Rider Calyrex is once per turn. You can play an additional psychic energy on your bench and draw 2 cards. Raichu, Electric Generator.
Raichu.
Jack.
I feel like Raichu is like a nearly forgotten Pokemon. It's only gotten like one thing ever. Like a Alolan Raichu, and then.
I feel like Raichu has a good set of friends. Hey, Thornton.
Remember when Pikachu beat Raichu by keeping his tail touching the ground so that he was grounded?
I do. Okay, let's see if we can find some cards that have the art you were talking about with the clay models. Hey, Dedenne.
Dedenne, I hate all of the fake Pikachus.
There are many fake Pikachus.
And this is one of them.
Floatzel. This is
Hydro Pump.
Hydro Pump is a historic attack. This is this is Blastoise's original. You can power this as much as you want.
Mimikyu is not a fake Pikachu. Mimikyu is more real than real Pikachu.
Oh, Float Seal, but it's hollow.
Might I direct you to Pierre Menard, author of the Quixote, if you want to learn more.
Crocolar.
Crocolar.
And Toxicroak EX. So here's Toxicroak EX has a very small here, but your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned. They take 6 damage from poison instead of 1.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Also, shout outs to genetic scientists, the one person who got my stupid joke. Shout outs to you.
Fuecoco.
Not a Pokemon I recognize. What is this? Is this a Skyvo?
Yeah, this is the bug that you've run into in the first area. You know. This
I like it.
Yeah, it's got a fun little yarn ball. Heracross, good for, you know.
Classic. Super powered throw.
Does 30 more damage for each retreat cost they have. So that's effectively like speed in these. Like, you know, if you're Snorlax, you have like 4 retreat.
Yeah.
If you're like, you know, Emolga, you'll have like 0.
Heracross super fans will realize that is a female Heracross.
Rotom
Rotom
normal.
A menace of competitive play.
This one just zaps anything for 20 damage. Hey!
Ah, yes, a hater Pokemon.
Yeah, its main attack is deal 90, take 50 less. Those tend to not be Skeledirge. Those tend to not be super effective because you can just like boss's orders or escape rope and kick them out.
It's hard to make stupid walls.
Yeah. Primeape is in here for a fun for its evolution, which maybe we'll get to see here. Dog, one of many dogs.
Primeape was one of my favorite Pokemon ever, and I didn't even play the game where they made the evolution to it that was so powerful it got super banned.
Well, Primeape's evolution was this game, so
yeah, Annihilate. I never played it. Thank God, it's squishy.
Here's Toadscruel.
It's Toadscruel.
It's Toadscruel. I don't like how much wasted space there is on this. I wish I could zoom in on the card more. Charcadet is one of my favorite Pokemon from the new generation. They're like literally a net navi. I love their evolutions. Krokorok. Oh right, there's an in-between evolution on this.
Yep, you're supposed to. You remember Sandile, and then Crocodile, and then you forget about
Yeah.
Crocodile. I don't forget because I use these guys when I play Black and White.
Yeah, here's Armarouge, which is the violet. No, it's the scarlet one. The violet one's Ceruledge, which is my favorite.
Yeah, that was a demo. There are multiple effects to do. Escape Rope is the most common one, but it makes you both switch, so it's like weird.
Yeah, these are very cool. I love them. Staravia.
Okay, is this Pineco or Pineco?
I say Pineco.
I'm asking you personally. Okay,
This is Pineco.
This is Pineco.
Pineco, the company that like plants pine trees.
It's what they do. Johnny Applepine.
If it was a Pineco, it would have cat ears.
What kind of does?
Here's the beach.
It's the beach.
Your basic Pokemon cost one less to retreat. That actually is quite playable. Once per turn, you can swap out your main Pokemon by paying the cost down here.
I like the background of that, where it's like you can see the eyeballs of the types.
Flamigo.
I don't like this because it's too close to the name of the animal.
A little bit, ain't it?
They you remove one letter, and there you go.
Yo.
Slowbro.
Yes. So,
I like Slowbro or Slow King better.
I think I like Slowbro a little better. I understand liking Slow King. Strange behavior. As often as you like during your turn, you can move any damage from your other Pokemon to Slowbro. you can
slurp.
Slurp it up. Yum.
Beware of boss's orders.
Slurp it up.
Well,
and then
so
pick
how
it
many
up with,
cards
like,
have...
AZ or whatever. I don't know what I know there's an AZ variant in this set, but it can only pick up basics. Oh, there's a Poké, like one of the Poké Centers in the background.
Yeah, it's about to blow it up.
Clots or no? Hammer.
Crushing Hammer. Breloom.
Sure.
Man, I missed my window to make Pokemon Society and its
Its consequences joke.
And its consequences joke. Damn it.
Yeah.
This is not the special Float that
no, this
a
is
1,000-year-old man will cry about.
Yes, and as I mentioned, Fairy got pulled into Psychic. They also retooled like weaknesses, more standardizing them, specifically because before Sword Shield, there were certain types that just never got used as good weaknesses, and there were certain types that were overused as weaknesses. So they like changed them up so that like Steel shows up more, like like things like that, where it's like, okay, these work a little better.
That's a thing they did in the real game.
Chansey.
I think they should do it again. I'm going to say it again. I say this every time we talk about this. Make Fairy weak to Bug.
Make Bug more useful.
Yeah, I think a Bug could eat
Egg
a Fairy.
rolling. Here's a
weird ass Pokemon.
that has wheels as its chest.
Yeah. It's got speed attack.
This is really good Sandile. Just having
Rolling in a ball.
having a nap under the sand.
I feel it. I feel the cosmos.
Swog Trio.
Slug Trio.
Swog Trio.
Ice as a type is a great type to use, but a bad type to be, which
So-
I think is probably fine.
One Trio here. Triple colorless. Flip 3 coins. For each heads, mill 3.
That's a thing you could possibly ever want to do, but probably not.
Well, the thing is, in Pokemon, like, because of how fast you cycle with, like, professors, researches, a draw, like, that's not... This will win way more games than it would in
Oh, your
Pokemon.
opponent's deck.
Yeah,
okay.
opponents. Yeah, this is,
I thought it was your own.
No,
I was
no.
like, what?
No, your opponents, because, like,
Okay.
Up to 9 cards, kind of funny. The problem is, I don't think it has enough support, but, like, weird bird. Oh, it's Jack.
Get jacked.
Who's having a nap. Search for 2 evolution Pokemon and grab them. This can grab evolved EXs, which makes it very good for that. And then Arboliva.
A tree.
Arboliva.
Son of Jack.
Son of Jack.
You're out of your league.
Yeah, I'll pull up these cards afterwards to have them be more readable. This is not a good place for that, sadly, because the cards are way smaller.
Yeah, we're just looking at the art.
Yeah, which, again, even here, it's our room. Hawlucha. When you play this Pokemon in your hand, you can put 2 damage counters on an opponent's bench Pokemon. Or, sorry, choose 2 Pokemon and put 1 on each. Not 2 on 1. So it's a different card.
The so-called sniper ability.
Yeah, there's not a lot of those. Ball Toy.
I think Weezing does it. I don't remember.
Crobat did it. I remember that.
Cherubi.
Uh-huh. Yo!
Super Bidoof.
Full art Bidoof. And a Hoopa.
Hoopa.
All right, let me go quick. Pull up those cards so I can see.
You also got some hats.
Yeah, I got some hats. I want sort by. Just give me cards from Crown Zenith. That's the set that just had the. Here it is.
Bidoof.
Here's Bidoof. Yeah, so here we can see them a little better. And even if they're in the deck, you can see them even a little better. Pull up Cresselia. Yeah, Cresselia is quite strong. That's the one that grabs energy out in turn 1.
I know, I think they were talking about the sniper ability, because I remember the old one. Because old Cresselia was like, move 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponents.
Oh, okay.
And I was like a self-damage snipe. Yeah, that thing to... the one to the left of
Oh,
this.
yeah, this one. Move 2 damage counters from each of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon.
Yeah, from each, yeah. And then you would have, like... What was it? Was it Gyarados that had, like, a Surf that would hit your whole... That would also damage your bench?
Yeah, like, Earthquake is an attack that generally will do that when there's an attack named Earthquake. But yeah. You can't really play Limited without heavy design in this game, because, like, you need to like, be able to... You can't, like, just open, Flapple here and play, these without also having Applin. By the way, here, it's Applin.
It's Applin. It knows rollout.
And then we've got Appleton. Dragons are multicolored. This one is a hater.
That's true of Appleton.
Does 70 damage for each special energy in your opponent's Pokemon, 80 additional damage if they're a V. And then Flapple does 50 damage for each Pokemon your opponent has play that has an ability, and that also hits. Ooh, a different Flapple. Yeah, like Arceus V-Star power just search 2 cards, and it doesn't end your turn, so you search them and then play them immediately.
So, have you been working on a deck, or have you just been...
I've just been playing with the base ones, because I wanted to do more, like, change stuff now when I was looking through cards and found something that was like, oh, okay, here's something I could, like, build around. I want to find... Oh, here's a good... So, these specific arts...
Yeah,
Yukamori
champion arts.
are... This is like legends of arts. So, these are like little clay figurines that are like existing in reality. You know, this is just a picture of a little figure that's made.
They exist in reels.
They're real. Look, Ball
More
Toy is
real
real and
than
my
real.
friend.
Looks like Ball Toy would fucking suck to step on.
This is a good bibarel. Yeah, like the star. This is colorless. It means any energy can pay it. So.
And then there are like, I don't know if double colorless energy is like a thing anymore.
There's a weaker version of it. They basically decided years back that double colorless was way too good.
It was.
Oh, long live Zeratul. Thanks for the sub. But so the current double colorless is double colorless, but your attack does 20 less damage.
Reasonable.
So like that, and there's been variations on that. There's been double colorless, but like you can only use it on non-rule box Pokemon. You can only use it on evolved Pokemon. Or you can only like there's ones that have like double colorless with some sort of small drawback.
Double dragon energy.
Double dragon energy.
Where it only worked on dragons.
Yeah, and it was any color. Is there a Bronzong that you have to play the minigame with? Ah, here's the heat-proof Bronzong.
There's the heat-proof Bronzong. Where's the levitate Bronzong? Doesn't, man, that minigame is dead because you just use Crunch and get on
Yeah,
with
I know.
it. Or
You
Sucker Punch.
You just move on with life because it doesn't resist anymore like that.
Or Shadow Claw.
Right.
Long live Zeratul gave a gift sub.
Oh, thank you for gifting that and enjoy Tallow. I appreciate it. Alright, I want to find something I can build around other than what
I do hope that gets rid of the ads, because I remember Twitch was having a problem recently where subs were still getting ads.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Here's Last Respects, Houndstone.
Right, those Pokemon, the primordial Pokemon.
Yes.
The sequel to Pokemon.
Alright.
I think the Jigglypuff one is big and competitive right now.
There's a couple that are. Oh, okay, hold on. How good is Annihilate? Let me... Okay.
Okay, so it's got the come from behind move. And then 170 for 2 is pretty good, but you can only do it 3 times before you die.
Right. Alright, you're not using the pre-evolutions basically at all. So, like, if you're building this, it's like Annihilate and, like, Lucario? And because, like, you're just doing, like, revenge beatdowns? Is that... That would be the idea in my mind, but then, like, what's dying first while you're setting up?
What's a good Pokemon? What's a Pokemon you want to die? And how do you not lose to boss's orders?
Yeah, I guess the idea would be, I guess, like, these, like... Because Rage Fist here... If they've taken 2 prizes, this is 140. And any more than that, it's like hyper legal. You know? Oh, like the Miss Magius that would knock itself out. Yeah, you could build decks around that in Electrode that like you just go immediate danger Mario. Let's at least see what we can do with a setup like that. If I go create a deck for standard format, and then let's go Mankey. Alright, first things first. Is there...
It seems like it's a Mankey you have.
Alright. I want to quick to have not owned here in case there's other Mankey that would be a better.
Scratch.
This.
That's technically better. Well, maybe. Well, you're never attacking with it.
I'm never
so it
attacking
doesn't
with it,
matter.
so the main thing I care about would be like if there was like a 70 health one that had like a better.
Yeah.
Yep. Where did my? Okay. So I'm trying to back out of this, and it's really awkward to do so. Okay. So whatever. Let's just go ahead and 4 Mankey. Oh, this searches attack names too. Okay, so this Primeape is not
ideal.
Not ideal.
That other one has more health. Oh, the appeal of the 91 though is you can nest ball for it.
Oh, that's true. That's maybe I want to include one of that as a searchable target. I don't know, like
It depends if we're going in on like if we have a nest
not.
ball. If we have a nest ball package, then you want one. If not, you're just using Ultra Ball, and it doesn't matter.
And then this one is slightly bigger, but can hit V's for like real damage. And then this one has like
Stadium Hate.
Stadium Hate, and then the second attack is more of a build around that you kind of like. We're gonna rare candy it, but you're obviously gonna play the middle stage anyway, like because you can't always count on having rare candy.
Actually, wait, that other attack. If you could like, that would be like the Earthquake setup move.
Yeah, that'd be the like setup.
Which I guess our Mankeys do damage themselves, but like that doesn't seem.
I don't really want to be attacking with a bunch of Mankeys. I want to be.
Yeah.
All right, let me. I'm just gonna go with. Yeah, this is 2 retreat as well. I'm gonna go with this Mankey for this Primeape for now. And then let's go ahead and grab
2 ends.
That's why. There it is. Annihilate. So this is our ape.
Okay. We were thinking apes.
Okay, so that's fine. This is like a rare, right? Yeah, this is a rare, so. Looks like it's the same no matter what.
No, but we want our Mankeys to die.
Yeah.
Except for 1. We want 3 Mankeys to die.
Yeah,
that 4th gets to live.
We want some Mankeys to die. Okay.
A Mankey will die on some page.
The other one I was thinking of was Riolu plus Lucario, specifically because the Lucario, not EX Lucario, but that also would be this Lucario specifically, could just jump right in and immediately do a 150 for 1 energy on a knockout.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
So I want to set up around that. Obviously, we could set up around like Aura Sphere being able to hit bench Pokemon or all these different. There's many Lucarios to choose from, but we're just gonna do a basic setup with these. All right, then we got different Riolus. Looks like I'm probably on
Reckless Charge.
Reckless Charge.
Suntail Hawk.
All right, and then the last thing I want is like one more.
Wait, that the other Riolu is just better, right? No, the Reckless Charge does more damage. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm probably not using either attacks, but if I'm forced into a corner where I need to use this, I probably want a heavier damage.
We want Riolu to die, so it takes damage.
Yeah. So then that means the other bits we want to find are. Let's go ahead and pull up fighting.
Yeah, we could just start the litany of reading every fighting Pokemon to see what.
I just want like somebody who is like reasonable as a basic to stand with us. So that would be
like what does a utility fighting Pokemon look like?
Well, sorry, just
you have the Clobbopus.
Yeah.
He beats down. I hate Binnacle. He looks gross. Never liked them. Yes, I know you like Phalanx because you're a Wiggler fan.
Yeah, I'm a Wiggler fan. So
I saw a Wiggler that was a one body unit Wiggler recently. Let me find that. It made me think of you and Medibot when I saw it.
oh, that's cute. The one Halucha? There's also Koraidon, which is actually going to be, like, fine as well. Cleavor. Can't lander us. Many Lucarios. Yoga Loop. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If one of your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by this attack, take another turn after this one.
Messed up.
Yeah, okay.
Radiant Halucha. That's a Radiant you can level ball for.
Yeah.
Sanaconda.
Yeah, EXs you'll have to evolve into if they actually are evolution ones, but, like, not all of them are. Okay, I'm gonna go with adding in some very cute ones in here, but I'm going to add in the Koraidons here. Them getting knocked out actually could speed this along because we take 2 prizes on the knockout.
Yes, I guess just having rules text Pokemon is good for our plan.
Yeah. Alright, the Decidueye does that. Alright, let's start adding in... this was actually, like, way too many Pokemon, but, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Probably get away with, like, 10 or 11 energy. I don't think there's any, like, real specials that we want. Because this is, like, yeah, this is, like, only on single strike Pokemon, which ours aren't. Oh, God. Alright, and then... what we want as far as trainers... Rare Candy X a million. Put in the Ultra Balls. And then...
Did we end up with the nest ball
I don't think we...
amount, but we just use like other ways of finding our stuff?
Yeah, I don't think we have... We could Nest Ball 4 Primeape, but...
It'd be like Primeape, Mankey, and Riolu. So maybe that means we... I don't know. We can think about it.
Alright, attacks of the Pokemon this card's statue do 30 more to your opponent's active fighting Pokemon. During your turn, if Grant is in your discard pile, discard 2 cards to pick this up. Sure, one of that's fine. And the dumb chest plate. Okay. And then the rest of the deck should just be like card draw and tutors. So we want like specifically some professors. Specifically, I probably want Clara in here to pick up things. Miriam in here to, yeah, like some recycling bits, and then hey, Spark. Yeah, you're not what I care about. Where's my professors? We can use whatever professor we want. We can even use the Pokemon Go professor. Everyone's favorite professor.
Everyone's favorite. Yeah, do we want a boss's orders or like a Scrope or something?
Yeah. one of those ain't gonna hurt. The rest of the deck is just gonna be search tools, so I feel like I'm overplaying on like Pokemon lines. I probably want to cut down on these. Like just for more consistency cards. Oh, here we go. There's Lysander.
Lysander.
Yeah, let's put Lysander in the deck.
Empty Pickaxe seems really good. It's like a really good velocity card.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it'll always draw a card, so I don't really care if we miss with it.
Can we have Hypnotoxic Laser?
No.
Sad. I know that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, the card was always wild. Maybe we do put in the level ball. And then I'm gonna find that. Actually, we don't want Jack. We want Arizu. Search for 3 evolution Pokemon. Because that can grab like the whole line plus a free Lucario.
You can't spend money in the thing at all. So I think the battle pass you just have to.
The battle pass costs like 600 purple.
And you get purple just by doing
800?
stuff, right?
Yeah, maybe 800. You just get purple by doing things. Youngster, you're fine. You're just Shauna by another name. Ooh, actually, here we go.
Only play this card if your Pokemon were knocked out last turn. Attach a basic from your discard. Oh, okay.
And the tutor card.
Okay.
Like, we're gonna get knocked out. That's the entire point, so...
They want your money in the form of buying real packs and then using the codes in the client.
Yes.
We're at 64, so we gotta trim some fat.
Alright, I'm gonna trim down some of the lines here, and then...
If we are playing level balls, that means we can kind of go down on stuff like Primeape.
Yeah, especially because Primeape is going to be skipped over a lot. And then we can cut out, like... $61. I don't have the one Grant, because that's the bug fix card. One Miriam and Clara as the refreshes. And then...
Pickaxe is just kind of like a card.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your 61st card, it's your 61st card, you know, like...
Yeah, it's like that versus, like, Youngster.
Okay, and then I need to craft some Mankeys.
Exchange successful.
No animation.
But they do apply Gaussian blur, so you realize something's happening.
Alright. Here's the big one.
Here goes a fifth of your money.
That's fine. You get it very freely, so... Alright, and then I think we just need the one real loop. Okay, so we've built something new. Let's go ahead and see how it plays out. First things first, I need to...
There you go.
Um...
Rachel.
That's right.
What happened to Rachel? You can have a pig.
You have the Lechonk box. I think I have this one.
Sorry, Generations.
I think I have this one because of my previous account.
Yeah, that movie sucked though, didn't it? I gotta use Crobat.
Yes, you're right. What a good coin. I have a lot of these from we're on the other client. You like can transfer over your online client stuff, and you get like a bunch of dust and stuff for it. We'll see if maybe we want to change out what's in this, but all right. So set active.
Yeah, we can give it a spin at least.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's... If you remember on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, it had these daily quests, and the daily quests sucked. They were really bad.
Yeah, it's like
It was like knock out 10 Pokemon with a fighting type, and you could never do it.
Apply 20 water energy.
But these are like, take 3 prizes, or play a stadium. Yeah, if I go in here and then, like, go to a deck, how do I... If I go expanded format, I should be able to find... Can I actually search fairy type? So here's fairy type. Cool. Wonder Ray's Bar and Grill.
It's true. Okay, is Clefable a natural Pokemon or not? Because it seems like applying a Moonstone to a Pokemon makes them unnatural in some way. But Clefairy is from the moon.
It's true. I think it's still a natural Pokemon. Oh, here's Dedenne eating some berries. And then, of course, we have Sylveon. There are many Sylveons.
Select a rarity.
Is Wigglytuff unnatural?
Is it?
Yo, there we go. Ball Roll.
Ball Roll.
Yep. Sylveon,
Ball,
well known as a trans rights Pokemon, of course. Do we have more? Okay, we'll just foil Sylveon there. There'll be more. Oh!
Look at that stupid Meryl.
Hold on.
That Meryl is faded. Yeah, good Ralts.
I'm enjoying the good Ralts.
I don't know. I think Nidoking is unnatural.
Where's Meryl?
Yeah. Meryl is faded.
We've got this cool Prime Star Xerneas. But yeah, so Fairy type doesn't exist anymore, but the cards are still around, so... If I want to go pull up, wait, if I go colorless, will I be able to pull up our old friend? First, fightin' Ditto.
Put the dukes up.
Yeah. Eevee and Snorlax tag team. These were silly cards.
And they stole this idea for Magic the Gathering.
From the future. Lugia.
I mean, Magic the Gathering stole it, is what I meant.
I thought you were joking the other way around and that they stole it from...
Nah.
Yes.
I would never accuse Pokemon of stealing. Except for Apom.
Oh no, is Shaman EX not in here? Do we not go farther back to get Shaman EX? Probably not.
Maybe not. Ugh, that Smeargle's a modernist? Ew. Cubit. I don't like it.
Here we have, the Snorlax is blocking the way. Yup, it's a Snorlax.
The Snorlax.
Okay, well, if we can't get that, if we can't Shaman EX, I can still have the other powerful friend from this era, which was...
Was it Orinoco or something?
Tapu Lele.
Tapu Lele.
Just grab a supporter. These days, the Shaman... So Shaman EX was a very busted card. These days we have Crobat V. When you play this Pokemon from your hand on your bench, draw until you have 6 cards. You can't use this more than once per turn. But But the thing with Crobat V is, in addition to being a shaman, it can become huge.
Yeah, the biggin.
Embiggen. But yeah, poison got thrown into dark type. With fairy type being gone, does that mean there's a bunch of cards that no longer have a weakness? No, they changed weaknesses around as well. Like they shifted like around weaknesses for specific types, so that they would fit in. For instance, you see like Bisharp here has a grass weakness. They actually added this to make grass a more relevant. Poison has been a part of 3 types: psychic, grass, and dark.
You know, that's really weird to me because I can't think of any iteration of a grass type Pokemon, like anything that a grass represents in card game, that a Bisharp would be weak to.
I believe the
Not
idea. So the idea
Not
here,
bug.
Well, yeah, the idea here is bug because they consider one typing.
I know, but it seems weird. It just seems weird.
Sableye
Look at
gets to,
Sableye has
yeah.
no weaknesses.
Sableye gets to keep no weaknesses because it has the traditional no weakness typing before Fairy came around.
Yeah, but like Bisharp shouldn't be weak to. Although if it wasn't weak to bug, or it would be weak to fighting like every other
yes,
Pokemon.
That's the problem. That was why they changed it, because like if you took a look at Dark before, like everything was so Dark was weak to fighting, Electric was weak to fighting, like you just had like all this nonsense, and you had to like build your deck with the random flyers in mind, because if you have a Pokemon like Mandibuzz, if a Pokemon is a flying type, in addition to it gets a lightning and a fighting resistance, so you had to include like something like this so that you weren't getting demolished by like just a fighting type. So I think like I think Yveltal had that typing.
Yeah, I believe it did.
And that was how your dark type deck didn't get owned by getting attacked with fighting types.
Whereas we're hoping to find those weak to fighting decks.
Yeah, so now they're based on the Pokemon rather than the card type, and also, but they go off of one of the card types so that they're not like, because sometimes anyway, Tails. Anyway, it's been like hour and a half, and now we're finally in a game. I didn't believe in Crobat.
You didn't believe.
This might have been true back when I did this last stream. They changed rules so that you can't play supporters on turn 1 because the setup consistency was way too good. So now there's like an actual. Okay, we've got a Mankey to start.
Got a Mankey and an Ultra Ball.
Yep, and a youngster to refresh.
Yeah, so there's no reason not to spew.
Alright, so what is our opponent playing? They've got the Bird Trio, Leafeon. Once per turn, you can search for Grass Energy, attach it, end your turn. That's going to be quite good, seeing as on turn 1 you can't attack either. So they're going to get a free setup turn. Nest Ball grabs a basic, which makes it very powerful with, the basic, rules box Pokemon, Vs, and such. You can go grab very powerful stuff with very low cost. I have some defensive pieces here. I don't know if they're going to be necessary, but like, so the
You might want this Mankey to eat it, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like this we don't have we're not going to be able to evolve this turn, so like.
Choice Belt? What the hell? I'm trying to read. Whatever, I have to wait till this finishes to read this. Radiant Serena can heal 20 damage off each Pokemon. Okay. So the belt is 30 extra damage to Vs. Alright, I don't really care. Okay, Arezu grabs all of our, evolutions.
Yeah.
things have so much more HP than when you played it as a kid. That's because attacks on old Pokemon were absolutely garbage.
Yes, very bad.
But the trainers were incredibly powerful, so they changed things to make it so that the Pokemon were on a similar level. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I think this Mankey's gonna eat it, so we're gonna go ahead and set up for the Lucario next turn.
As we pitch like the pickaxe and maybe the lake.
Yeah.
Or the Annihilate.
We're gonna be shuffling the hand back next turn, likely.
So it scarcely matters.
So we're gonna go grab Riolu. And then energy here. Magic had the same, like, early, but, like, they didn't downshift all their... Oh, boy. Leafeon V-Star. Oh! That's a powerful V-Star ability.
We're probably hosed here.
That's fine. Oh, hey. They can't... I don't think they have an attack set up, though.
Looks like they're out of energy.
There's a second energy, but they don't have the third. So... I think we're okay for the turn. Yes, they have a free orders, but, like, once they use it, so... Okay, let's go... Let's go Primeape. Go Lucario. We'll put the chest plate on. I guess the chest plate, like, the defensive bits might just not matter with how big numbers are in this.
Yeah.
Where it's
I mean,
like,
we may as well use it though, because we're about to shuffle.
Yeah.
Or we might. Do we want to grant instead? We have to. We have to youngster.
We need. Oh, hey, this is actually really nice. That's the sort of draw I want. I'm going to.
I'm gonna rage punch that thing.
That puts some damage on it.
So that
that means our knockback will be 150, which is 40 away from the knockout. So here's the bit. Oh, it also has a... Okay, it also has the heal. Raihan here is going to be able to search a card and put an energy back on somebody, like, when we get the knockout.
Do they have the knockout on Lucario?
They do, yes. Because it'll be one... Oh, yeah, so they're going to knock out the Lucario, and then Primeape will come back out. But we'll be able to search and set back up. We can basically just put in another Lucario if I wanted.
Yeah.
So... They use their V-Star. They no longer have the boss's orders. I guess we just go get a Lucario going.
Lucario can do it for 1 energy, right? And then...
Yeah. Because what's the... Yeah. And hell, I think Clara can just grab that. Because Clara can grab 1, 2, 3 pieces back immediately. And I can
Whereas, our Raihan only works this turn, though.
We're going to be taking a knockout again this turn, no matter what.
Okay.
I'd rather get knocked out a couple times and then swap into the Annihilate.
Makes sense.
So, Clara. So we pick up everything. And this lets us... Clara's actually really powerful here because it lets us loop this. We might want more copies of this card. Now that I'm, like, playing with this, you know? Okay, so Avenging Knuckle. We actually are going to knock this down. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, it's always nice when what we're trying to do actually works out.
I do feel like our plan is a little too straightforward. Does that make sense?
It's very, like, you can see right through it.
No, I mean, like, it's very... Like, I think of, like, execute and, like, engines.
Yeah, fair.
Whereas we're just trying to set up the sweep.
I like sweeping.
I also like sweeping.
Because if we can knock out the, well, the thing is, so poison is 10 damage each, but there are cards that apply poison that apply big poison.
Okay,
Okay, so now I think I still put Riolu up.
yeah, because we can Raihan back the...
We get Raihan and energy and search a Lucario and then swap in and do enough to knock out, and then we draw 3.
Yeah, and then they're not going to be set up at all. This looks like they're playing low on energy.
All right, so Raihan, apply here, go search Lucario. Lucario. I'm going to level ball for a Riolu so we have one in rotation. Because we don't have one yet.
Yeah, and so we don't draw it.
Yeah, and I'm going to hold the chest plate for an Ultra Ball at this point. Well, actually, what's the attack on you?
They could... Fastest one would be the 50.
Yeah, let's just put up the defense then. Okay, so this will knock out. All right. And that's 3 prizes? Or is that 2? 2 prizes. Star is 2. I don't know why Star and Max are different. I feel like that's odd. Okay.
Okay.
Talk about cards I want to draw. These are them. That's the exact set of cards I want. Okay.
So let's see if they can stall out with
So the Scatterbugs...
8 cards in hand.
Yeah, 8 cards in hand. They can heal up. So Annihilate right now does 140. They have 2 prizes taken. Okay. Well, wow. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your hand was that bad, huh? Look at this cool boss orders they've got.
It's Giovanni.
Okay.
Okay, they're not playing. They're playing Switch.
They passed.
Things are about to go very bad for them.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. Miriam is the recycler, so once we get knocked out, we'll be able to recycle more. I can put up another Lucario.
We could also start setting up for Annihilate.
Put another energy on that for
Because Lucario, although no, if we put the energy on Lucario, we'll be able to slab the following turn, which doesn't kill either of their Pokemon though.
Right,
so, I guess we put it on the Lucario because that would let us be 1 energy away from either attack.
This is a knockout too.
Yeah, we get the knockout here.
So, this is quite nice. This is just a free prize. Sure. Might throw that away to an Ultra Ball.
What's the retreat on Lucario? Is it 2? So if they swap in Venusaur, we could probably retreat in Annihilate and start.
Yeah. Well, this is 140. 140 is what Annihilate does on Rage Fist right now.
Yeah.
So I could swap to Annihilate and then like. I can also set up a second Annihilate by going Ultra Ball for an Annihilate.
We also have the 2-shot on.
Yes.
Radiant with Lucario.
Well, you can't Avenging Knuckle, accelerating Stab twice in a row.
No, but you could just Stab plus Knuckle.
Oh.
Like...
Wow.
Actually, no, they can heal itself, so that's not quite a 2-shot. Draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards this way, attach up to 2.
That's
okay.
All right, so Venusaur is currently set up.
Okay, so we just keep with.
No, I think I'll swap into Annihilate, and then we'll just swap in Lucario's until the second Annihilate comes in for. So we're learning the problems of this deck, and that's what playing is. Like I'm seeing that like these breastplates and the field would be much better as like escape rope or switch, right? Like just a way to get into.
And we're learning that like Clara is very good too.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a
Yeah, we can Ultra Ball with, like, we don't need Samanki or the rare candy right now.
Well, the rare candy is actually what I want.
Oh.
Because then I go grab Annihilate. And now we have a second Annihilate ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat. So that we can knock out. Yeah, I don't want to. So we're going to lose our Annihilate, but that's the point, you know?
Yeah. I think we have that field, the one that reduces retreat costs.
Yeah, well, the retreat cost on that is basic. So it doesn't
Yeah.
help our... I think escape ropes and things like that are what we're missing. This just grabs more evolutions.
Oh,
Okay.
they need Pokemon or they lose.
Spupa. Well, they lose if we knock out Venusaur. This is worth 2 prizes, so... Oh,
They're
shit. Okay, what do we... Hold on, what do we got? Okay. Hello, it's Lucario. Okay, so preventing the damage here won't matter. Time for Miriam. Miriam shuffles back in our full lines. Mankey, Primeape, Annihilate, Riolu, Lucario. Cool.
We can gas up the Lucario.
And I just think we Avenging Knuckle and then we'll knock out with Annihilate next turn for a billion.
Either an Annihilate or
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Ultra Ball.
so we have the Professor's Reach, so we need the Lake or the Raihan.
Yeah, I want to do this. Ultra Ball just to put a Banky on the bench. This way, if they like boss's orders to kill our Annihilate, we can reset up another Annihilate, maybe. That's the idea here.
Yeah. Because Lucario isn't quite good enough to get the 2-shot.
No, because the second Lucario will only be another 150, and it
Plus
heals on max G-Bloom.
Yeah.
Alright, there's another Venusaur. They could retreat. They could leave.
They could leave. They could retreat if they have a way to cheat energy onto their other Venusaur. That'd be pretty good for them.
Yeah.
But I think they would still lose if they did that.
The problem is the Annihilate. The Annihilate is really, really strong in the situation we're in right now. Because, like, if they knock out the Lucario, we just come out swinging for 280. And 280 is enough to knock out anything we see here. Do appreciate the tempo, that 2 prize versus 1 prize. Yeah, so they attack here and they're just going to lose for this. Like, what else could they do? They don't lose all their energy to... So here we go. The deck is working as intended.
Yes. They select their prize.
And we...
They're just betting that we don't have the energy. But
that's the bet they had to make, I think. So here we are, Rage Fist for 280.
Kill!
And we get our last 2 prizes. Okay. This is good. I like, this also told us, like, you know, the damage reduction basically doesn't matter because numbers are so high that even our biggest Pokemon just get knocked out quick. What we need is more cards to keep our you know, our strategy going. We also probably need an attacker that doesn't rely on, like, our things dying.
Like, that's what our random BX cards are for, though, right?
Yeah. So let's go take a look. This is the deck building process, you know.
Roxanne was in our prize pool.
Yeah, Yeah, we have Roxanne in here. Roxanne is, by the way, very powerful from playing kind of what we're doing. It's if we're at 3 or this is a Ace Trainer, but a little more powerful. Shades of N. N being one of my favorite cards in the entirety of
I think
Pokemon.
Shades of N was my favorite TNG episode.
N, for those not familiar with a Pokemon card from a decade ago, was a immaculately balanced card. When you played it, each player shuffled their hand into the deck and drew cards equal to their prize cards. This meant that if you were losing and your opponent had like 2 prizes remaining, you could use it to shuffle their entire hand away and have them draw 2 or 1 or however many their prizes were. On turn 1, you could play it and have both players kind of mulligan. Each player would draw 6. And so it was like this very early game, it was a good card to like refresh your hand, and late game it was disruptive. It kicked ass.
But it could also be a card that if you were in a tight spot but you were winning, like if you were kind of in our opponent's position, it would be a terrible top deck.
Right. Okay, so cards we don't want. Raihan actually showed itself to be like, we don't play it, but the threat of this card was always really powerful. But Lake Acuity sucked. Rock Chestplate also sucked.
Yeah, can we play? Clara was pretty good.
Clara feels really good for just setting back up on what we're doing.
Do we want Switch or do we want Escape Rope?
That's always a hard question. Marnie was a poor man's end for a while. Yeah, Marnie's like, you draw 5, they draw 4. It was like more like Judge, which is just both players draw 4. Do I care about the pickaxe?
It's a imminently cuttable card, but it also
like it lets us keep. The thing is, like, all of our attackers are 1 energy, so I'm never feeling like we need to be setting up.
No, so we could remove that. It's filler.
Yeah,
it's good filler, but
it's good filler. Yeah, it is good filler, but you get rid of your. All right, and then I'm gonna quick go format standard, show all, and let's see what we've got for like helpers here. These are all very difficult to read from this.
Cafe Master, that NPC you definitely remember from XY.
Shuffle your hand in your deck, draw 4 cards. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out last turn, draw 7. That's nice, but I think I'd just rather be playing Raihan.
Yeah, I also think I would rather just play Professor's Research.
Yeah, we don't care. What do you 3 do? Oh, search for fusion. Yeah, Cynthia's has dropped to 5 and dropped to 8 if you had a knockout last turn. We have a better tool that would be, like, useful in our deck. Let me search for that. Choice Belt, 30 more.
Our tools are kind of weak inherently because of our Pokemon are going to be dying.
Yeah.
So unless there's a tool that like dies, like isn't that what Experience Share does?
Wasn't there a bursting balloon, or did that get? Oh, these are cool. So these are tools that you put on like a, Rapid Strike or whatever Pokemon, and it teaches them a move.
Neat. The air balloon is old. Yeah, okay.
The air balloon is like lower the. Meh. That's sort of what I'm looking for.
Just like chip damage.
But like, I don't know if that's worth the like card slot. 10 more damage.
I like the idea of taking like these gloves and making a Magnemite wear them. Wear these gardening gloves, Magnemite.
Okay, so I want to grab... couple escape rope. I mean, if we don't know which one's better, let's just play...
Play both and see what happens.
Yeah. And then I want another...
Now, that winded up arm is for Snorlax.
Yeah, or, there's a couple Pokemon that could use them. What does this do? Pokemon can't be healed. I don't think there's also, like, again, Stadium that we're looking for would be, Here's the friends, by the way. These are just the draw threes. It's all your buddies. And also Cynthia.
Cynthia's not my friend. She's a dirty cheater.
Cynthia's here for killing. Oh damn, we don't have just Karina. That would have been nice. Penny picks up a basic and puts it in your hand.
Apparently you can filter for stadiums if you were looking for stadiums.
Oh, yeah, I was, but I also just kind of want to, like...
I get the lay of the land.
Yeah. Oh, so... They did... Way back in the day, there was a card called Battle Compressor. It was an item that just let you discard 3 cards from your deck. Good old Buried Alive. It was absolutely busted. They realized that, and nowadays it's a supporter that lets you do it for 2.
Stone fighting energy. What is that? You look it up. Vivid Voltage. What was that from?
I don't think there's any that we have that we'd be playing in here. Okay, then I just want to up. If I don't know what I'm playing, then I'm just gonna put the pickaxes back in for the last couple slots.
Yeah.
Those are our known, like, you know.
They are pretty good setup cards because we can play them to either chew through our deck or set up a guy for the revenge kill.
Yeah.
You don't need that many energy, but it also reduces the amount of energy you have to draw.
Okay.
B? What's B? Who's B? How'd you get in here? Who are you?
Yeah, alright. Well, let's go round 2 then.
They are just the next card, but they also let you see more cards, which is a valuable thing in card games.
Yeah. Well, it's like playing a 50, I guess, 8 in this. Alright, I'll believe in Crobat. I think that might have rotated out of standard, I'm not sure. Standard is... yeah, it's been a while since I've... Oh, boy. All right, we got a Riolu. We have a level ball. We have... Okay, we actually have basically the whole setup here.
Yes, and at the very end of the day, we have a professor's research, so nothing that bad can happen.
Yeah. Well, we can't... You can't support her on turn 1, so...
I know.
Oh.
Raikou.
All right, so we want to grab a Mankey for the bench. Mankey on the bench. Pickaxe.
Go, pickaxe.
Kraton on the bench. I'm not even going to set up the energy. I I don't know where it wants to be right now, and we only need 1 energy for most attacks.
Yeah. What does Koraidon do?
Koraidon can attach 2 energy from discard to basic Pokemon and then end the turn. I don't really care. It's just basically it can end the turn to give itself the 2 energy it needs for its attack next turn.
Or any way you like. It can set up. You can set up for it to die and juice up a bunch of Mankeys.
We also have a juicy bit here. So Miraidon is like 6 times better than Koraidon. Also, the Battle Pass is grab 2 Pokemon. And then Miraidon is grab 2 Pokemon. But it doesn't end your turn. And you just do that every turn. So.
Mareep.
Okay, concealed cards. This Radiant Greninja is discard an energy to draw 2. And you're just playing it for that ability.
It seems to be the guy.
There's Fleet-Footed to draw a card. Electric Generator. Let's see if they grab that puts energy on the bench. Oh, alright. So they've got the Regieleki charged, and now they've got the court. They're going to swap out. Rip Riolu.
Guess we put the right on.
Yeah. I don't want to. That's a very tragic draw right here. I'm gonna Rizu to find a
Riolu.
Yeah, or no, this is only evolutions.
Oh, it's like you get a Primeape and
So, yeah, or just honestly, probably just grab 1 Annihilate. Yeah, that's fine. Rare Candy. Our problem here is we need the basic. We might need more of the little balls to be able to find our basics.
Yeah, that might be reasonable.
Because like we need to have them like in rotation to keep evolving and putting them up so that we aren't just dying. Okay, Flaffy lets you attach energy from the grave. Also is very cute. So the idea that they have is that they're going to try to be able to be like knocking out a Pokemon every turn. The hope is that we're just going to be knocking out better, like on our side, like by
our revenge kills are going to be very good because they're all electric types.
Yeah. It's like, and this is worth 3 prizes on a knockout. So like we only need to kill like 2 Regieleki VMAXs. There's the attach. So they're setting up Raikou.
Might switch.
Yeah, Regieleki VMAX is actually 0 retreat. Ah, crap. Ah, that's bad.
That's the game right there.
Yeah. The Lightning Rondo is enough with that. Okay, we need to... Because now I basically need to find things before Koraidon gets killed, and we can still revenge kill, but we just have nothing set up right now is the problem.
Yeah, we need to get a Riolu up.
Okay. Alright, so our deck has 2 Riolu, 3 Mankey. Research. There's a Mankey. And I can level ball another Riolu.
Or a Primeape, but we don't have a... Yeah, we had an Annihilate, so a Primeape might be the thing there. We already evolved it. Did we evolve already?
We've just played it this turn. Do I have a... I'm gonna grab the Primeape.
Okay, and then... Alright. So Clara can pick up the Lucario that is in our yard, and can pick up like some of the Mankeys and Riolus to get them back in play. The problem we have right now is that we're operating from a very large deficit. When they knock out the Koraidon, that's going to be like big damage.
They have the experience share there to help them speed up.
Yeah, they're gonna get this back because 4, 2, 2, 1.
The upside is that they have 0 good switches.
Okay, I actually am fine with this. It's annoying for sure, but like,
We just put the Riolu up, right?
yeah, we just put the Riolu up and kill. This is okay.
And then Clara picks up,
Yeah, so Clara picks up Mankey, Clara picks up Lucario. We don't have energy. We don't need energy. So there's the Lucario. Alright, then Avenging Knuckle is just a hyper knockout, because we have type advantage in this match.
yeah.
We really want a rare candy to skip to Annihilate again. That's the best draw. Okay, well. Okay, there's Miraidon out. So yeah, like all the idea that makes this deck function is that our prize trade is in our favor. Because, like, they knock us out, they take one of their prizes, we knock any of these out, we take 2 to 3.
Yeah. I guess we put Mankey out,
Yeah, I guess we do.
and then we just Lucario back.
Right, and then we just try to do that as our... I think I'm going to have to Youngster to switch out because, like, these just aren't real cards right now.
Yeah. Nest Ball looking pretty good.
Yeah, we want to... I think we need to up the amount of ways to grab our basics in here. More...
It's a pretty easy switch. We just take out the pickaxes and...
Yeah. Get some more ways to search. Also, I think this is just dead weight. I don't really...
Yeah.
I just kind of shrug at that. Maybe we probably don't even need that sort of thing. Okay, there's the knockout. The problem that I'm worried about is that the Koraidon is sitting here as the way for them to get the last prizes.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, Lucario in. So that'll be a knockout. Alright, let's just Youngster. Okay. This is the best draw.
We can immediately, like, rare candy out a...
Yeah, you can't do it the turn you play, but next turn,
Yeah.
no matter what we draw, we go discard that and Lucario to go grab Annihilate, Energy, Rare Candy. Alright. The way they win is they boss his orders and kill Koraidon. Oh. Okay.
That makes it easy.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're getting a more of a... Yeah, so there's easy, take the game. So yeah, then I think the better idea here is just cut out the Koraidons, cut in more ways to tutor the basics. And we don't care if they die, because we just recur them.
Yeah, and it does... We are definitely seeing, I think... so Lucario has more utility to it than the...
Yes.
But we do want to sweep, like the end sweep is with a primate.
Lucario,
the
yeah.
Annihilate.
The idea is that Lucario is the mid, is like the first attacker,
Yeah.
whereas the Riolu is the ending attacker. I'm gonna up the lines to full there, and then we're gonna cut the pickaxes and
Add the level balls.
add more level balls or nest balls or whatever we want.
I forget which one it is. The one that is 90.
Well, honestly, I'm fine with both of them in here because nest ball is just grab a basic, and like the idea is we want to have all the basics that we can.
Yeah. So I guess we look for. Is there like a meaty basic that we can be playing?
Let's take a look. My mind would say something like Landorus or such. So I'm just gonna. Let's go back to. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to go over to Pokemon. Let's go fighting type.
Like, preferably it wouldn't be an EX.
Right.
I guess we could also be looking at normal types. Like, there's no reason we couldn't just be playing like a mid-sized normal type, like a Kangaskhan or something. Can we search by basics?
Yeah, let me.
Other than
I want basics, and then I probably should go with like see what we actually have. Okay.
Interesting.
It's not unreasonable. Yeah, that wants to sit in there forever. Trampa, draws. What's Eevee do? Tackle. V Brave.
When you place a Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you may attach to
2 energy to it, and then it's 3 energy. Discard all the energy if you may to do a paralyze.
Interesting.
It's a V counter. Gallade is. Gallade's the opposite. Gallade wants to be sweeping for the prize you've taken. That's way too much energy. We're never getting to that. Search for 2. It's not terrible.
Pseudo Widow, huh?
Search for 2 tools. Yeah, there wasn't Landorus. That was what I was expecting to see as like a random.
Radiant Eevee.
Okay, that wants you to be playing a bunch of different types.
Yeah. I guess we could just look for a random Radiant we could be playing.
Right.
Which I guess would be that Hawlucha.
Yeah, you can play any of the Radiants basically are all about their abilities instead of
we could just put like the Greninja, but that doesn't really do everything we want.
Yeah, let's I will. I roll
Ball. Like Elden Ring. What does Tornadus do?
force a
Interesting.
swap. It's not targeted, but it's force.
It's interesting, and it's something you can
Well,
nest ball for.
Nest Ball puts it into play directly, so it doesn't get played from hand.
Oh.
So that's what makes those like not function the way you want. I'm just gonna go with cut down, cut out a switch, cut out one nest ball, and
Did we cut down on basics? Like I remember we cut down on primates.
No,
but did we
it's
cut down on
4
Yeah, four
Mankey
and
for Riolu, which Wom. Okay. And I'm gonna cut out. Okay.
give it a spin?
All right.
There's an Indeedee that evolves your other Pokemon.
Mm. Sasuke.
Not like Sasuke. It's
Sao.
it's like Souse, the head cheese variant.
Sauna.
Sauna.
Flipping one coin. Yeah, sure. So I feel like the idea is early in the game, we just want to flood the board with as many Mankeys and Riolus as possible. Well, time to mulligan. Mulligans are forced. You have to mulligan if you don't have a Pokemon you can play. You can't legally play a deck with no legal Pokemon to play. Every time you mulligan, your opponent may draw one additional card. May. Those are chosen at the end of your mulligans. But yeah, you can't show up. You can show up with a deck with one basic, like literally only one Pokemon, but you know. So, yep. Mulligan. Okay. Thank you. It's Magikarp.
Jump.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Our turn one is pretty simple. It's play a Riolu, energy on the Mankey. We're gonna wait on the Ultra Ball. Oh, I should put a copy of the Supporter Searcher. Might be a fine V to be playing.
Was it like Palpad? Was it called?
There's a Pokemon that's like Tapu Lele. That's like
Yeah.
just like Luminion.
Lumineon V.
Yeah. All right, Ultra Ball. So we've got Quaxley, we've got Magikarp. We have discarded Experience Share and Shauna.
Sauna. And there's their Greninja.
Everybody likes this.
Probably makes that electric deck pretty cool.
Yeah, because
Everybody just has you can just randomly Lysander out a Greninja to kill.
Yeah.
With minimal setup.
Okay, EXP Share. There's the lake. And
There they go.
Final Guards Prof. So the idea I would guess is that Magikarp has a Tatsuki. Oh no, are they playing the... Okay.
They're gonna order up.
Concealed cards, discard for draw 2. Switch. Looks like they're gonna order up. Search for up to 2 basic energy and attach them to your basic Pokemon.
Mise en play.
Mize in place.
That is Mizen place.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
Alright.
Gyarados.
Alright, I know what you're doing. Okay.
Can probably maybe kill that little wiener.
What's the second attack on
Gyarados EX.
no, on our
Annihilate.
it's 2 energy for like 120 or something like that.
Yeah, then it damages itself.
That's fine.
It's Dynamite Punch, 170, does 50 damage to itself.
Okay. Because I actually, because of the lake, I can't kill this in one shot.
It's fine. We're just going to get a. We're going to get a professor's research off our prize here.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, exactly what you need when you're in the card disadvantage hole.
Okay, we're getting Gyarados.
They might not have it in a specific universe that is not this one.
Yeah, we could just see a jumping Magikarp with 2 energy. Search your deck for a water Pokemon.
Does Gyarados resist fighting?
It's probably weak electric resist fighting. I'm sorry, that was not. They already have it. Rare candy in the. Oh. The hell you do? Once during your turn, you can play it under. Okay, there it is. No resistance.
I believe we are boned.
That's gonna do some damage. I think her Annihilate's blowing up.
My worry is that even our avenging Knuckle will not have the kill.
They went with the. Also, nice draw. Okay, never mind. Everything's fine.
What did they do? What literally happened?
So they attacked with Waterfall, thinking it would kill.
But they were off by 1
because the lake, their own lake.
The lake. Nerd.
Anyway, let's
I started blasting.
Let's get everything on the. We need everything on the bench now. Okay, now we're ready to go. Do I Dynamite Punch? Let's just knock myself out for 170.
You would like Dynamite yourself and then put out Primate. Put out Mankey to die.
No. We put out Mankey just to die.
And then Lucario comes up. Actually, no, we might put Riolu out to die. We have backup Lucario, but we have Clara to pick up the Annihilate.
I think we put out the Riolu.
Yeah, okay. So Dynamite. Dynamite!
Crunch. All right. That's what I call big damage. we were already dead walking, right?
But our opponent off by 1 because they didn't think.
So the problem here is that the Lucario coming back in is going to do 150 minus 20.
Wait. No, they couldn't Waterfall Tail there because
Oh, Tyrannical Tail is 5.
It's 5.
Oh, I thought it was 4. Okay. Here's the thing: the moment we knock this out, look at how much energy we take off their table.
Yeah. Do we have a Primeape in the ground?
Yes, we have a Primeape in the ground.
Okay. Because when our Lucario dies to the revenge kill, we might need Primeape to come out and actually just punch it.
I think we have Lucario come out and punch it.
Yeah, because no, they're gonna kill our Riolu.
That's
We
fine.
can Clara it back. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we have two Claras, which are the best card in this deck, I think. Like, this is the card we want to keep the chain rolling.
Yeah.
So
You
what
can
is
never break the chain.
So what's our attack here? Hydro Kick. Hydro Kick isn't enough damage. 140 would normally kill Lucario, but
They have that stupid field in play.
yeah. Okay, so Lucario out. Sure. Okay, so Clara is gonna pick up Primeape and a Riolu, and then energy. Keep us rolling.
Play a Riolu out. We play a Primeape out. We energy up our Lucario. We punch.
130. It's not enough to knock out because of the stadium. That damage... the damage reduction matters when you have giant numbers, because it adds up over multiple attacks. It doesn't matter on this. Like, okay, we forced them the energy on the Gyarados there. They have to do that.
Because they have the Tyrannical Tail now. They have an experience share on one of their guys.
They have an experience share on Quaquaval.
But 140 won't be enough.
Yeah, because of their own lake.
We're getting to the point where Annihilate is going to start rolling.
Yeah, do we roll out the Annihilate, or do we roll out the...
I think we go with Lucario first, but the next Lucario, because like 3 prize. How much is it? 3 prize cards.
210. That's enough to knock out anything on their board.
Yeah, but the 2 prizes is not. So I think we go to Riolu here.
Well, there'll be 3 prizes.
Oh, so do we just set up then?
Yeah, because that's 210. Now we're doing 210 damage on a full power. So
Which is enough to kill anything they've got. Their best is a 170, which should be 190 after the reduction.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. Here was the card we needed to be able to kill Gyarados last turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to go Clara again. We need to pick up an Annihilate and a Mankey. Actually, a Riolu, I think.
Yeah, because we have a Lucario in hand.
Yeah. So we go... Ape. Energy on Ape. And now...
I will show you my kung fu.
Now we want to get a Mankey so we can start building up a second Ape. Obviously. And that's a ton off the board. I'm just going to take prizes in order. Sure, level ball. That goes and grabs a Mankey to start things off again.
The 140 would normally be enough to kill our boy, except...
Thank you. Well, look. Double-edged sword. You know? They did use it to save their...
Yeah,
their own
they made their Gyarados very tough. That reasonably could be a card we play. We were looking for stadiums.
Yeah, this was in here with for a little bit.
We're going to set up some more.
Yeah, this has got to be like set up a second Magikarp, right? That's the reason I'm playing Grant. Grant is you do 30 more damage, and this lets us, and you can pick up Grant by discarding 2 cards at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this is, if it's in our discard, if we're Professor's Research or something, like, it doesn't matter. Because, like, then we just pick this up later on the turn where we need to bug fix. The Desire for Miriam. Okay, Miriam is the Shuffle 5, Draw 3. This is like, get their Gyarados back into the deck.
Yeah.
Alright.
So they can Ultra Ball for it again.
They have a lot of cards in hand to be able to do so.
They got to be able to Jackson Howard.
Oh, alright. So this is just going to energy up the Magikarp, right? Yep. So now if we drew boss's orders, we could just snipe the Magikarp.
That would be among our best draws.
This is a fine one. I don't know if it's a necessary one, but it's fine.
We definitely level ball for
Just for Mankey, right?
we just get a Mankey going.
The question is if I care to just profs research this turn.
We can stick an energy on a Lucario and then do it. Because we're not using Arcarant, are we?
Not this turn. There's no log to be able to see what they shuffled in. Yeah, let's just do this. This will be Annihilate. And okay, we're out of Pokemon.
We're out of
to search
Nestballable targetable, yeah.
there. Yeah. But we do have Rare Candy plus Annihilate, so we can...
We are jacked up and good to go, as they say.
Indeed.
In the pipe, 5x5.
Right-click on the score on the right? Alright, one moment while when I have control again, I will do so. Because I don't seem to... That's global status. Okay, so they put out... Okay, yep, there's Gyarados. And they put out Quaquaval, which won't knock out.
They might be going for a 2-shot.
Which is fine, we have a backup ape.
Yeah, which we need. There's their Lumineon. Are they gonna boss's order us?
They could, but like we don't really have
kill
anything.
Well, they could kill our Mankey, and then we'd be a little.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
Pinched. They don't know that though.
So Arvin is search for an item and a tool. The card they just grabbed there. And so maybe they grab like extra damage.
Yeah, if they could have their own Grant or whatever.
Yeah.
Which Grant only works for fighting types, I think. But it's a similar effect, like a rock, not even like a...
Yeah, because they only need 10, they only need 20 more damage. Hell, if they could kill their own stadium. Well, the problem is,
Yeah.
you can... Okay. Wow, their hand's that bad. Okay. You'll love to see it. That's the panic move. Hydro Kick, no knockout. Rare Candy. Energy on the ape. My idea there is I want to thin the deck to be able to find a boss's orders more reliably.
Yeah.
Because a boss's orders on anything will kill. They're going to put out Gyarados because it's just the biggest HP, and 2 prizes no longer matters.
I think we were only on 3 Primeapes. So I don't think we can level ball for one anymore.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, do they have the energy? Well, they certainly can find a water energy.
They gotta be able to find something to be able to... Well, the thing is, we've burned a ton of water energy, right? Look at this. There's 8 in the grave.
They might only be playing 11.
Yeah, there's 10 here. Their deck is 20 cards. So they might just not have the 3rd energy.
They have an escape rope or something.
We just throw out, like...
We would throw out the other ape, but
ape,
to get their Gyarados out of the way, but...
Well, the thing is, they need the Gyarados in the way because we one-shot anything else and we have 1 prize left. If we take the turn, like, they're done.
Yeah.
But we actually escape rope and win on the next turn.
We do.
Because nothing they can put in has enough health to survive the escape rope. Damn, this deck worked.
Yeah, it works because all of our things are cheap.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they just don't have the energy.
And there's
They,
Miriam, and here's Miriam, which would let us, like, if we needed to, then we could start shuffling back in, like, you know, the dead. But we haven't even had anything die yet, so it's all in play. All right, they're forced to switch something in. Anything will die to the ape. We reached the power threshold.
I want to see the deck that chews our deck up. The weird stall type. Like, the reason our deck works is because so many decks are based around sweeping.
Yeah,
And, like, you can come back in revenge. Like, what happens with, like, this stupid deck that stalls you or whatever?
I can think of it. Yeah, like, all right, well.
It's all of our attacks suck when you're not killing us.
Yeah, if they're playing like a setup game.
Or maybe even if they're playing the mill deck. What if we get milled out?
Oh, there's the other primate.
We probably could have mathematically figured that out.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right.
Smart players can play a poor hand well.
Winner, annihilate. And, we get a ton of...
You get coins.
Oh.
Got gems. Thou hast acquired gems.
Oh, also, now we're on...
Tier 13.
So that means I get some... here's coin...
Coins.
And pack.
And a mouse.
I wonder if there's a mouse hold that has like 3 or 4, like if there's both, you know, 3 mouse and 4 mouse. Shroomish has one of my favorite faces.
He's pissed.
I just love this. Like, eyebrow. Like, Zangoose.
Grimish and Breloom have like some of the weirdest disconnect between evolution and previous form. I like them both though. Sure,
Yeah.
Breloom in particular is a classic Gen 3 design.
Our deck would lose to somebody sweeping without using the 2/3 prize cards. I feel like we would be a little bit okay there if we could like targetedly kill the energy Pokemons.
Yeah, if we could get like the 2-shot, we would be
Okay.
fine.
How bad is this deck in the mirror? Like, who starts?
Well, you're doing that Mexican standoff thing
Right, 'cause
where neither
who's
of you
gonna
move.
Right, because like all of your attacks are garbage until you start taking knockouts. So like, what, you like set up an annihilate with 2 energy and start going to town? Meowscarada. Trick Cape. You can
I think
bounce.
that game is decided by who has the most timeliest escape rope.
Yeah.
Or like you're forced to switch in your Mankey instead of your.
Yeah, this tool here is pretty nifty. You can play this on a V to give it the V star power of Demonic Tutor, and that's your V star for
Demonic Tutor. Pretty good card. I've heard.
Yeah, Demonic Tutor. Like, you know, the cost is it's a once per game, and it costs like the tool
attack.
slot. It's an ability.
Oh no, it's
actually.
the ability.
Yeah.
Okay, not the attack. I thought this was like the scroll, but no, it gives
Yeah.
the ability.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like the idea that they give you these, like, you know, decks, and then like the lines have like, okay, here's these cards that upgrade them. Like, here's
And then you can get some genes.
and then you get some genes if you want some genes.
Either get some genes or get some upgrade pieces to your deck.
Yeah. This goes on
Which-
to like
50
you get a deck box at 50.
and 50 cents.
Oh boy.
You've already completed your quests.
They're very short in this one. It's like play 1 stadium or play 4 energy. Like they're not ridiculous in this one. So, well, I'm happy that we did a deck build that was like a deck that had a plan and functioned. Basically, in Pokemon has a very different deck building philosophy than like it's a much more laser focused. When you build a deck in Pokemon, you really want to like focus on like one or two things. You don't want to have like a ton going on. You want to do one or two things really well.
Yeah, you have to go in with a plan.
Yeah.
You can't just junge your way through a game.
Yeah, like this one here is a Lunatone plus Soul Rock. Soul Rock here lets you attach energy to a Lunatone, and Lunatone does 30 more damage for each energy on it. So, and it's so this is kind of like this similar in ideal to how our deck goes, in that it's trying to beat things up with Lunatone, which only gives up one prize, whereas the things it's killing are hopefully like, you know, something big that's worth 2+ prizes. And so you can use that differential to take the advantage.
The risk reward of the multi-prize cards adds a lot of tension to the game. That's it's what makes Pokemon like a lot more comprehensible and also like interactive than something like Yu-Gi-Oh, which also wants you to be laser focused in on like a plan. But Yu-Gi-Oh is a lot more spaghetti. There's like a spectrum of card games.
Yeah.
On one side is Yu-Gi-Oh, and on one other side is Pinochle, and somewhere in the middle is Pokemon. Because Pokemon is imaginary, like Pinochle is. That's your Star Trek shoes.
All right.
What makes you wake up one day and decide to become a grunt of a team?
You know,
Like presumably the Team Rocket grunts were getting paid. I don't know about all the other ones. Some of them join like a political ideology.
Yeah,
or,
because
or
like
they're eco-terrorists, whereas others are just like.
Well, because like Team Skull was literally just like teens.
And
who
like
were disillusioned with like the islands.
and like what was it? Team Plasma? They like gave you a suit.
Yeah,
Or not Plasma. What was the one in XY? Was that Plasma?
Flare is in
Flare. Team Flare. They just gave you a suit. That was like the reason
Yeah,
you joined.
you joined it because it's stylish. Team Yell was literally just like rowdy fans. They're barely even a team. Yeah, Team Skull is just the alone LGBTQ youth group. Yes, absolutely. Team Star is just like a bunch of school outcasts. It's just a bunch of kids from the academy on the island. So
They wear helmets and they're mods. That's the thing. Yeah, Team Flare you had to pay to join, whereas Milligan Rocket, those Rocket grunts they're probably getting paid pretty poorly, but I think they were probably getting paid.
Yeah.
They were running scams. That's something that none of the other teams really did. Team Rocket ran scams.
They ran scams, and then
They had Nugget Bridge, they had Slowpoke Tails,
Yep.
they Radio Tower, they ran scams.
And then they ran legitimate gambling establishments.
Yeah, that became illegitimate.
It became illegitimate gambling.
With a Voltorb flip or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, like once you get Team.
Yeah, Rage Candy Bar. Yeah.
Once you get to Sun Moon Forward, the teams are no longer the villains. Like Team Megmarod, the true believer in not needing water. Water sucks.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
We can live without oceans, right?
We don't need oceans. That's wet bullshit.
Yeah, like because the teams in Sun Moon Forward just aren't even like close to being the villains of the games. Whereas like in earlier games, it's like
Team
the
Galactic
game-
is trying to do bullshit to rebuild
It-
the world, whereas
they removed like the amount of assholes in the game and like increased the amount of like cosmic threats in the game. It's weird.
yeah, well, they still have the assholes in the game.
No, I know I'm in like your like your rival is like your best friend in these games. It's like how? He's not gonna tell his sister not to give you a map card and laugh in your face after losing. That's or steal a Pokemon. Like question mark question mark question mark.
Yeah.
But then you have things like trying to summon God Pokemon from the sky to rewrite history or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
X Y and and black white get weird. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Everybody named their rival question mark question mark question. It's what he said his name was.
There's 150 or more to see. A few more these days, I think.
Blue was never meant to be bad. He was just born that way.
So, anyway, thanks, Nelm, for handing me a bunch of packs to get me on this again.
My nephew
Yeah.
wanted Pokemon cards.
So,
I'm Gnomebitten.
thanks, Nelm. Yeah, so thank you all for joining. Hope you had a fun time with Pokemon Time. If you want to catch more, follow, subscribe. Thank you to those who did sub today. Captain Ultros, Long of Zeratul. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, having a good time. Upcoming streams. Tomorrow is more Dragon Warrior Wednesday. We are in the middle of Dragon Warrior 4. Thursday should be some more Live Alive. And then there's going to be a break from streams over this weekend. I've got no plans for Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
No streams.
So, but I think Slay the Spire should still be happening on Friday. We'll see. Anyway.
Me and Kaz are going to be streaming another JRPG on Thursday as well.
Ooh, okay.
I picked one on impulse for us to play.
Okay, then.
It was a Sega CD game. We are playing a PS1 port of it.
All right. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.
Right.